Last week, I promised you some information around what communication you should expect from your property manager. After thinking about this, I've decided to split this into two videos. What we're going to discuss today is what communication you should expect at the initial part of the process. The next communication update I'll give you will be around what you should expect while your property is rented and throughout the time with your property manager. Now, initially, I would look after all clients from the marketing, vetting, and processing the tenant side of things. There's a lot of communication that you should expect to receive throughout this initial part of the process. Firstly, you should expect some correspondence, a link to your listing when your property first hits the market. It's extremely important that when your listing's online, you're 100% confident with the content we're giving to the market. We want to know that all the features of the property are clearly listed in the ad and the photos are going to do exactly what we need them to do, which is engage the tenants. Number two, the correspondence you should be receiving around your property whilst it's on the market. So every time your property has an open homeowner inspection, you should be receiving a written report. The reason these written reports are so good is because they give us patterning in terms of what feedback we're getting from the market and what demographic is also looking at your property. This allows you as the owner to start to make some really informed decisions around what your next steps should be in the campaign if you haven't already secured a great outcome. The next part of the process is when we actually secure a tenant that you're happy with. So looking at the vetting part of the tenant. Now, there's a lot of correspondence backwards and forwards between your property manager, in this instance me, and yourself to decide if you're happy with the prospective tenant or tenants that have applied for your property. We'll disclose to you where they work, how much they're earning, how many kids, what type of pets, where they've been living, and then the references applicable to those. The fourth part of the communication throughout the letting part of the process is around any works that need to happen on your property. So do we need to get the smoke alarm service to make sure the property is compliant? Do we need to get the water compliance done to on-charge water usage? Is there anything at the property that we could do to make sure that we improve it so it's as tenantable as possible? The last part of the process is actually handing you over to the property management team. So far you've had all your correspondence with us, but at this stage, a property manager takes over the day-to-day management from there. We want to make sure that the property manager knows you, your property, and your expectation around how you like to be communicated to. So as you can see, just in that initial part of securing you a tenant, there's a lot of communication you should be expected to receive. And the reason this is so important is that you as the landlord can make decisions throughout this process to make sure that you get the best tenant in the shortest possible time frame, but also the maximum return on your investment. If you have any further questions around the communication you should expect to receive, or you don't believe that you're receiving the communication that you should, please feel free to give me a call on 0431 087 837.